Hey, it's Michael. I'm back with another video. And in this video, I want to talk about one of the most common questions I get asked, and that is, what is the difference between term and whole life insurance? So let's get right to it. All right, so this is probably one of the most common questions I get when I'm out talking to people. That's what's the difference between term and whole life insurance? Now, technically, this question isn't phrased quite right. It should be, what's the difference between term life insurance and permanent life insurance? And I go into why this is a subtle difference, and I'll put a link to a video up in the corner there to kind of talk about that if you want to watch it. But in general, I know what people are asking, what's the difference between term life and permanent life insurance? And so I wanted to spend some time talking in a video here to give you a breakdown on what the difference is between the two of them. Now, when they created life insurance, they basically created two types: term life insurance and whole life insurance, or permanent life insurance. Now, term life insurance is good for a set period of time, and then if you don't die while you have it, then that life insurance just expires. Now, it's typically cheaper than whole life or permanent life insurance because it isn't a commitment the insurance company has to make for your entire life, and they know that most people are going to outlive it. Now, because it's designed to last for a certain period of time, there's typically no value to it. So if it expires or you cancel it, then you're not going to get any money. Now, some examples of term life insurance would be like the life insurance you get at work that they just give you. That's called basic group term life insurance. That life insurance is typically only good while you're working for your employer, and then once you leave your employer, then you don't have it anymore. And sometimes those are even subject to age reduction schedules, which I'll also put a link to a video about that, so that your life insurance would decrease after a period of time. And so that's an example of what kind of term life insurance is through your employer. Now, you can also buy term life insurance on your own. Most people buy it, so it lasts a certain number of years, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, as examples, and the premiums level for that time period, and then once that time period expires, then you don't have your term life insurance anymore because it was only good for that certain period of time at that rate. Now, most people are going to outlive their term life insurance, but that doesn't make it bad. I mean, everybody probably should have some term life insurance because for the most part, especially when you're young, it's really, really inexpensive. It's a good way to buy a life insurance in case the worst happens, and that's why you want to have it, because it's cheap, and if the worst does happen, it can provide a lot of money. Now, when your term life insurance runs out, a lot of people still want to have some life insurance that will always pay. And in order to get that kind of life insurance, you need a different type, and that's permanent life insurance that's designed to last for your entire life. And the original type of permanent life insurance was whole life, although my guess is, and I don't have any statistics to back it up, that a lot of people don't really own whole life insurance. They probably own some type of universal life insurance. But it costs you a little more, so if you bought the same amount of life insurance in a whole life plan that you did a term life plan, the premium is going to be much steeper. And that's because it's going to create a fund inside the policy to kind of keep it in force for your entire life. So when the premiums do go up and get more expensive as you get older, it can kind of tap into the money that's there to keep that policy going for your entire life. So it's going to have a cash value, and so that means that if you did surrender it early, chances are you might have some money there depending on how long you had it and how much you paid and the type, how the policy is structured. So every policy like that works different, and you kind of have to look at these policies and see exactly what's going on. So the difference basically is that term life insurance is good for a set period of time and it's going to expire, and whole life insurance or permanent life insurance is good for your entire life and it's designed to always pay. And so that's a simple video to tell you the difference between the term and the whole life. If you got any questions, put them down in the comments for me. And if you want, subscribe to my videos to kind of keep track of my channel. And if you like the video, obviously hit that like button, that helps too. And I'll see you in the next video coming soon.